I was involved in a band with a good friend of mine, Gino Michaels, back that was the early 90s. And we were doing a lot of gigs around town. And it was at the first beginning, it was just me and him playing keyboard. He played keyboards, I played bass. And a lot of times when he'd solo, he'd wanted me to cover that low end register, and I was playing a 4-string at the time. So I would just kind of go out and watch other players play with 5 strings and 6 strings, and that's how I got my peek into trying to investigate more about the instrument, as far as that side of things. So I was able to go down and investigate, possibly trying to get one, and found out that the cost was a little bit too high for me at the time because they were pretty expensive. And got a chance to see Jimmy Haslip at Apple Music, and he was playing the Tobiases back then. And when I first saw him play, I said, "Wow, that's what I'd like to do." And I heard his bass that he played, and so afterwards I went and I talked to him. I said, "Well, how are you getting your sound and everything?" And he sat and he talked to me a little bit. And he talked about the bass and who the builder was. It was Mike Tobias, which is now one of my favorite builders. And so he just talked about a little about the instrument, and I got into basically researching even more about it, about the materials, parts, and different things like that. So, and then I was able to successfully try to build one, which was, I think that ended up being later that year as well. I got into actually building one. So yeah. It was a 6-string, maple neck. I think it was a rosewood fingerboard, quilted maple top. It had a trans orange finish to it, a wide spacing. The nut was a really wide spacing. I made that custom for my hands, and I built that for basically a personal bass, and then over the years it just kind of progressed from there, to other instruments. Some of the local guys, there's Eric Lewis, Chris Chard. Heard a lot about these guys, and Damien Erskine, can't forget him. The right hand has just blown me away just hearing his playing. So I think he's got the best right hand, I think, in the town here. So, but he's been a huge influence hearing him play. When I design each one of my models, I try to gear them towards something that's more, as far as build-wise, something that's a little bit more, I don't want to say easier, but more efficient in the building process, unless a customer wants something different. When we get into like different custom styles, whether it be bolt-on, neck through, or set neck. So I just kind of gear it towards that, but mainly my designs are geared towards the process of being more efficient in the build. My main focus is tone, and that's what I've always tried to gear my basses toward, is just tone.
I grew up playing a lot of Fender jazz basses, and Fender has been kind of a standard sound in music for quite a while. So a lot of what I wanted is a bass that sat really good in the mix. It sounded really good in all genres of music. I'm not a rock player or a blues player or a jazz player. I'm more of a chameleon. I go and play what needs, I fit the gig. So I didn't want to have to cart 27 basses. And if this song called for this or this song called for that, keep changing guitars and have a lot of instruments on the road. So what's nice about the Minnieweather is that I was able to come in and work with Dave and take things that I really liked about a lot of different basses and combine them all into one instrument. So it's definitely, when you say custom, there's a difference between custom and what some luthiers call custom. To some people, you can just make choices and say, of these woods, what do you want? David's more the kind of guy that it's like, okay, well, what do you want? And we'll find it.
I think as a builder and as a player, there's this battle of this, that, and any player out there know what I mean as far as trying to find that ultimate bass with the ultimate feel, the ultimate sound, the ultimate look, and that would be a lifelong achievement, you know, to get there. So the Holy Grail would be great playability, great tone. Everything cosmetically, the best woods visually, and just pretty much an instrument that every time you pick it up, it's new, you know, and you never get tired of it. That's the ultimate instrument, you know. But as a builder, one thing I get excited about every build is stringing the instrument up for the first time. And hearing that note, that's like the ultimate high for me. I think that I'm always going to be looking for that ultimate instrument with the ultimate tone. And I think that'll be a lifelong journey to that process, so to that instrument. So I love music so much, and I love being a luthier so much. So every day there's this battle, you know, player luthier. And that's, I think I'll have that battle going on for the rest of my life, because there are two that are just that I'm equally passionate about. And, but I think that, you know, as long as there's possibilities of building what I want, and then able to play, you know, those instruments, I think I'll forever, you know, be doing that. But going back to the 9 to 5, this is my 9 to 5. So yeah. Yeah, as far as keeping any of the instruments, I mean, all of them I wish I could keep. I mean, they're all like, you know, you send your kid out into the world, and, you know, you still have that that kinship to every instrument, and that's what I, you know, I mean, every instrument is part of me, and so it's what I want to say. So that's you know, whatever an instrument is to me. So it's a part of me. So.